Minecraft builds can get repetitive. Let's shake things up. Today we're revamping the village, transforming each house with just 5 random blocks. The catch? We have no control over which blocks we get. How are we supposed to build with these? Let's see how this turns out. Alright, let's find out first 5 blocks. Basalt, tough bricks, I'm gonna use these for the basement. Snow blocks, they'll be the walls, furnace, and red glazed terracotta. This will be the roof. To start, I just want to map out the estimate size of the house. Actually, I think the house might interfere with the process, so let's demolish it. Okay, now let's build the basement. We can make the edges from blast furnaces and stack snow blocks on top for the walls. It would be cool to build a little tower here, and for the roof, let's make windows like this. Honestly, the roof looks too monotonous, so it would be nice to add some gradient. I used red concrete and red concrete powder for that. At the top left corner I added a chimney, and now it's time to add some details. For the windows I used levers and hooks combined with the trapdoors to create the frame, and I added tinted glass. A few flowers for decorations, and I wanted to try adding snow layers at the corners of the house for an interesting detail. Yo guys, what are you doing here? What are you looking at? Great, now to the inside. I'm going to make a cozy living room with plenty of space for the storage and a fireplace. At the back I placed stairs leading to the second floor, and at the very top under the roof I created an enchanting place filled with books. The house number 2 and the blocks we'll use are cracked deep slate tiles, blood amethyst, smooth quartz, bubble coral, and gravel. To start, let's flatten the area a little. For the basement I'm mixing bubble corals with gravel, and the walls will be made of smooth quartz. I also want this house to feel like a forge, so I'm building a canopy under which will sit a giant blast furnace. Next, I decorated the windows all around, just like I did with the previous house, and added decorative edges to the roof using deep slate tiles along with the furnace. Inside, I've built a small entry room on the right side with a staircase, and on the left there's a storage area. On the second floor we have 2 bedrooms. This house doesn't look as pretty as the previous one, but I'll leave it for now and see if it grows on me. Let's move on to the next house. The next blocks are polished deep slate, warped stem, black terracotta, 3 acacia log, and cracked stone bricks. I want to make this house smaller compared to the others, and I'll place it here. The cracked stone bricks will be used for the basement, and the walls will be made from acacia logs. For the roof I'll use warped stem and mix it with the warped planks, cyan concrete, cyan wood, and cyan concrete powder to create a nice gradient. Holy cow, they are still standing here! In this house I decided to go for something different and built arch windows made from warped trapdoors and stairs. To add more detail I placed copper trapdoors at the corners. You know what, let's move this house to the front of the island since it's the smallest and the other houses can hide it so we won't see it. And this house I placed on the previous location of the cyan house, just like that. Now for the inside. This house is small, so there's not much to place. I built a smaller fireplace, a dining area, a bedroom, and added a cyan carpet to match the house's theme. I also built a little canopy to store wheat, and the house is done. Now for the fourth house. We have oxidized copper, mossy stone bricks, light grey wool, jungle wood, and a block of diamond. As usual, I'm building the basement with stone bricks, and maybe the wall should be made of light grey wool. Yeah. For the roof I'm using cyan concrete powder, oxidized copper, and diamond blocks. Yeah, this would be quite an expensive house. The functionality will be for baking bread, so it's basically a bakery. I made a giant sign at the front of it using square symbols and painted with a yellow dye and glow ink. Inside I created a stand with bread products, stairs leading to the second floor, a giant furnace for baking bread, cyan carpet, and a small storage area. On the second floor there's a bedroom and lots of paintings to fill empty spaces on the walls. I also made a giant candle here made of torches and levers. Next house and the blocks are green terracotta, scaffolding, oxidized chiseled copper, dead horn coral, and mangrove wood. How are we supposed to build with this? Alright, let's try it. The basement will be made from dead coral. I don't have any other choice but to build the walls from mangrove wood. For the roof I'm creating a gradient of green concrete, wool concrete powder, lime green terracotta, and lime concrete. The edges of the roof will be made of oxidized copper, and I will also add triangular windows to the roof for more detail. I place scaffolding in the windows, and from the side there's a canopy. Later I'll add something like a cart with wheat. This house will be a tavern. To make it clear, I placed the sign as I did with the previous house and painted green. Inside on the first floor I built a brick campfire, some places to eat, a reception area, and on the second floor I created 3 or 4 rooms for guests. Each room has a bed, a small table, and a closet. Oh god, now there are 3 of them. I'm gonna make the first house a bit bigger by adding 1 more section. Look, it's now looking much better. But inside there are some issues. Let's quickly fix that. Alright, now it's looking much better. 4 more houses left to build and a church. The blocks for the next house are purple concrete powder, oxidized copper, orange wool, stone bricks, mangrove log. This is gonna be a tough one. Or not? What if we divide the house into 2 parts and connect them with a bridge? One side will have a purple roof and the other will have an orange one. I think it's a good idea. Okay, I'll build 2 towers and inside them I want to place winding stairs. I'll make the roof a gradient on both sides of the house and add round windows. Oh, I also built a crane to lift wheat because under the roof I'll store the wheat. The interior of both parts will be pretty similar. 1 bedroom, a living room, fireplace and a place to eat. As a little detail, I added 2 red flags on the both sides. I honestly thought it would be a complete mess, but at this point it looks kinda nice. It's time to make some changes to this house. I'm not a fan of the roof, so let's give it a gradient using purple blocks while keeping the section with button amethyst. That way it still retains the status of being built with random blocks. Yo, it's look much better now. Blocks for the sounds house: scaffolding, white terracotta, grey wool, barrel, exposed chisel copper. Alright, let's build. I start as always with the basement out of tile bricks and walls out of white terracotta. I decided to build this house in a cross shape when viewed from above. For the roof I used a gradient of grey blocks and at the corners I placed a chisel copper. The windows I made from barrels and scaffoldings, and they are looking like this. When it came to the inside, I started cooking. I don't know why, but I love the interior so much. It feels pretty cozy to me, probably due to the light walls, the oak ceiling with beehives and the spruce floor. The grey carpet and brick campfire make it feel even more homey. The bedroom is also really good. Alright, 2 more houses to go. For the next house we have weathered chisel copper, local quartz, cyan glazed terracotta, blue ice and stone bricks. Let's get started. Again, the basement is made of stone bricks and the walls are made from quartz. Later I'll add a texture to it with snow blocks. For the roof I'm using cyan glazed terracotta and the other blue blocks. I decided to copy the edge of the roof from the Tavern and make some adjustments to match. At the front I added protruding part and a little window nearby. By the way, I experimented a bit with the window and look what we have. I also made a chimney. The interior is basic like in the other houses. Finally, the 9th house. The blocks we are using are stone bricks, honeycomb block, waxed cut copper, coal ore, and strip spruce log. These are the good ones. I quickly built the basement and the walls. The roof is a gradient of acacia planks, cut copper, yellow terracotta and honeycomb. I added a few roof windows as well as the others. For the roof edges I used dark oak wood and make a chimney. In Inside I built 3 bedrooms, a living room and some storage spaces. Now the last structure, the church. I found an empty spot, removed some trees and flattened the hill to make enough space for the build. Let's see what the blocks will get. Stone brick, exposed cut copper, bolt, ominous vault? No way, and clay. At the front there will be a giant tower and behind it the main part with benches. I'm making the tower out of stone bricks and the rest of the build will be made from clay. While building the tower I was improvising 99% of the time, until I found something I liked. For the roof I used cut copper, and after I copied the top part of the tower, then pasted it behind and made some corrections. On the sides I built these things. I actually don't know what they are, but they look cool. Now for the interior. I added lots of benches and built the support arches. At the back I made a podium with a lectern with a book and a door leading to the laboratory with a brewing stands, cauldrons and netherworld plantations. I also built a staircase that leads to the tower where the spiral stairs take us to the belfry. In the main room I placed red carpet and hung candeliers like I did in the bakery. But much bigger. We finally finished building all the structures. Now we need to bring more life to the village. Without roads and little decoration it looks empty. First I built roads made of cobblestone, then I added a variety using mostly cobblestone. I also built pens with colorful ships. Planted lots of crops all over the island. And placed wheat and pumpkins on the streets as well as the carts. Something is still missing here. What if we had some colorful buntings all around the city? I made them with this command. Changed the glass panes values to make them face different directions and placed colorful wool. hope you guys are excited as I am about how this turns out. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more. I'll catch you in the next one.